preconceived notions that I've heard about Jamaican men, that they do not go down south.
What's going on, beautiful people? Zion Opinion TV coming back at you with another BBC Read Between the Lines reaction video. We have a very interesting video today. You know, this lovely Haitian American beauty, you know, on dating a Jamaican man one-on-one. Yeah, I'm gonna react to this video. Right, this should be one of the funniest videos. I'm gonna have a lot of fun reacting to this video, especially because, you know, to hear, you know, how other women, like, besides a Jamaican woman, how another woman from a different nationality feels about dating Jamaican men. Yeah, it should be interesting hearing her opinions and views on, you know, her experiences on what it's like dating a Jamaican man or dating Jamaican men, because you know, she's dated a few. All right, so yep, without further ado, let's get into the video.
What I've gathered so far from the few that I've dated, yeah. The first thing, okay, we're starting off with a banger. Unfaithful, okay? And this trait is shared by most Caribbean men, but of course Jamaican men are part of the Caribbean, so yeah. I find that most of the time that they are pretty unfaithful. They are, like, I'm not gonna say that they're unfaithful and not, like, still trying to actively be with a person, but they tend to, you know, have their hands in different jars.
No, that's one thing about Jamaican man. We pride ourselves on being a gallus, right? Every Jamaican man aspires to being a gallus. And for those who don't know what a gallus is a Jamaican term for womanizer, right? Every Jamaican man aspires to be a womanizer. I don't know, it's just in our DNA, right? So for the ladies them out there, if you do get with a Jamaican man, just know that you probably won't be the only one. You know, you probably have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out there, right? But don't get me wrong, there are some Jamaican men who are very faithful, who can't stick to one woman, right? But it is what it is. You know, if a man is, you know, if women find a man attractive, no matter his nationality, he's gonna have options. He's gonna have a lot of women to pick and choose from, right? So yeah, and Jamaican men are one of those men who really aspire to be a gallus. I mean, hey, we make songs about being galluses. Yeah, go through all of the dancehall archives. You hear about Jamaican man singing about how much gal him have and how much baby mother he's got. Yeah, all of that, right? But yeah, it is what it is. What can you say? That's what you get when you're with a Jamaican man. All right, let's continue the video.
So yeah, the unfaithfulness is just not it for me, but I've noticed that. Not every single one, because I've experienced Jamaican men who haven't cheated, or at least not that I know of. But most of the time I find that they can be unfaithful. Now I'm gonna say this one word, and you're just gonna already know what I mean. And if you don't get it within 5 seconds, you're on the short bus. Eggplant. Eggplant. Okay, period. I find that Jamaican men tend to be very, like, lover boys. Like, you know, when they're, like, really feeling you, they want to be all up on you, they want to be in your presence, they want to be, you know, like, just infatuated with you. And it's not just like a you thing. I mean, they might find time to do their thing, whatever the case may be, but they always will find time for the one person that they want to be with, the one person that they want to lay with and hug with and hang out with. When they do that, they are what I call lover boys. And it's adorable. I honestly love to see it. So kudos. Okay, so this is one trait.
Now, Jamaican men also do pride themselves on being very affectionate, right? Ladies, when you get with a Jamaican man, yeah, you're guaranteed to get affection, real affection, right? Real affection. That's why on my dating profile, I put passion with Zion, yeah? Because I'm very passionate about giving affections to who I'm with, yeah? But that's what you get for being with a Jamaican man. You're gonna get the kisses, you're gonna get the cuddles, he will love upon you, right? With Jamaican men, when we show affections to our women hard, right? Because showing affection is the key ingredient to keeping our women happy. So we always make sure, we're very affectionate towards our women. If you disagree, comment down below and tell me why. Alright, let's carry on with the video.
That I find to be something that you find in most Caribbean men, but Jamaican men hands down have always like been great cooks. Like damn, they can cook. Like I feel like with most cultures, men tend to be taken care of, you know, and such. And I'm not gonna say it's not the same for Jamaica. I'm not gonna say that, but I have noticed in almost every man that I've met that has been Jamaican and encountered, or whatever the case may be, there are the few ones who don't, but most of the time they can throw down. Okay, I've had curry chicken a couple times, obviously, because that's usually my request, and let's just say it's always fire. So okay, so with Jamaican men,
when it comes to cooking, yeah, most Jamaican men were taught how to cook by their mothers, right? Because, you know, Jamaican mothers always, you know, that's one of the qualities our Jamaican mothers ensure that we have, that we know how to cook, right? Because, you know, with Jamaican mothers, they don't want to know that a woman is out there disgracing their son because he doesn't know how to cook or he doesn't know how to take care of himself, right? So with Jamaican mothers, they always ensure that their sons know how to cook. Not all of us, but most of us, right? My mom used to say this thing to me: if you don't know how to cook, a woman would take her dirty underwear and beat you across the face with it. So that's one of the reasons why I got my ass in the kitchen and learned how to cook, right? So ladies, when you get with a Jamaican man, he will cook for you, right? He'll cook for you till you lick the skin off your fingers. Trust me, ladies. All right, let's get back in the video.
I've noticed that they do not tolerate a certain kind of woman. And when I say tolerate, when I say that, I'm really not trying to boost them up or anything, but they are the type of men that want to be kind of catered to, in a sense. Like, they will cook, they will clean, they will do those things, but they also want someone to do those things for them.
Oh, yes.
If, you know, they come home to meals and clean laundry and all that good stuff, they probably will like wife you. Like, they love that.
I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
They love to be catered to. They love to be taken care of. They love that. And they will do the same, most of the time. I'm not saying every time, but most of the time I've seen that Jamaican men will provide in the same way their women provides, and they meet in the middle, and it's like a 50-50, give and take. But yeah, when it comes to certain women, they don't want a woman who's lazy and is not about their stuff or anything like that. They want someone who's going to be on top of their game, tip-top shape. They don't want any kind of woman to just do any kind of thing. They definitely like a woman who's up with their stuff and taking care of themselves and handles their...
And that's one thing about Jamaican men. We don't like women who don't cater to us, right? If we as Jamaican men are catering to our women, right, we expect the same back in return. It's not much, right? To the ladies them out there who say that you don't cook and clean and you want a man with 6 figures, but you're not willing to cater to your man? Yeah. If you want to build a Jamaican man who makes 6 figures, or even if he doesn't make 6 figures, if you want to build a Jamaican man, period, right, you have to be willing to cater to him. If you're not willing to cater to a Jamaican man, it's not going to work, right? It's either he's going to dump you or have you as a side piece while he has a main course, right? If you don't want to be a side piece, but you want to be the main chick, learn how to cater, learn how to cook, learn how to clean, right? All of those necessaries. And it's not much that we're asking for. Yeah, every little helps. Right, ladies? If you're not willing to cook and clean, you have to go find a different man who ain't Jamaican. Yeah? We want to be catered to as Jamaican men. That's what we like. If we give to you, we expect returns. That's how it works. If you don't want to give returns, forget it. Ain't gonna work. Alright, let's get back in the video.
Business. Yeah. Okay, so this is like one of the like preconceived notions that I've heard about Jamaican men, that they do not go down south. Okay? I'm not going to say whether or not they do or do not, but let me just say this. Sometimes they be lying. They be lying. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, like I asked one guy about it and I'm like, why is that? And it's just that you kind of grow up around people who always say they don't, or they won't. So it's like, I'm not going to. And then there's like another person who I remember asking, and they were just like,
no. In Jamaican culture, eating box is not, it's not something that's even though some Jamaican men do it behind closed doors, it's not something that we're going to openly celebrate. That we eat box like cookies. No. Right? If a Jamaican man is eating your box behind closed doors, shh. Keep it a secret. Right? Don't expose him. If you expose him, you're gonna have a very heavy. You're gonna have a very bad situation on your hands. Right? Trust me, if you want a Jamaican man to hate you, expose him for eating box. No. That's a no-no. If we do that for you, you keep it a secret. You take that secret to the grave with you. Yeah? Because the thing is, yeah, with some women, if you're having an argument with a Jamaican man and you want to expose him, yeah, that's one of the things that will get him triggered if you expose him that he ate box. Yeah, and majority of Jamaican men won't even do it. Even if you put a gun to their head, nah, we ain't doing it. But for the ones who do it, you keep it a secret, right? You keep it a secret, because when Jamaican men are around their boys, nah, it's not something that we would confess to our boys or would openly celebrate to the world that we eat box. No. Yeah? Anything out the ordinary that a Jamaican man does, you keep that a secret. Even when it comes to backdoor. When it comes to doing backdoor intercourse, read between the lines. Nah. Ain't no sex. Nah. Jamaican men don't do that. None of that. None of that. Right? Whether it's eating box or entering the back door, no, you keep them two a secret. Okay, ladies? And if you get into a big argument with a Jamaican man, please don't expose him. We hate that shit. Just don't do it, please, ladies. Just shh. Okay, let's get back in the video.
I would throw up. I can't. I don't want to, because I think I would throw up from it. So honestly, truly, it just depends on the person. But most of the time, a lot of the time, I've noticed that they just be lying. Like, they'll do it. Okay, so another thing about Jamaican men is that they are very hardworking. This goes along with most Caribbean men. Most, Caribbean men in general are hardworking men. I'm not going to say it's just a Jamaican thing, but Jamaicans, a lot of the ones I've met, and most of the time, they are hardworking men. They're going to get to the bag. They are going to splurge on themselves and take care of themselves, still pay the bills, and still take care of their baby mamas and everybody else. So do not find, if you find a Jamaican man, which, most of the time I haven't, who is lazy and not about their action and not about, their business, most likely it is that they were born here in America or that they're just lazy. I don't know. But most of the time I've noticed that Jamaican men, especially the ones born on the island, are very hardworking men. Tip top. Another trait that I've noticed that Jamaican men have is that they love their family. They love family time. They love being around, if they have children, around their children, around their friends, around their cousins, whatever. There's no such thing as like, oh no, homebody, don't care about nobody. I have yet to experience it. If you guys have, I don't know, all power to you, but I have only.
Yes, Jamaican men are very family orientated. Most Jamaican men are very family orientated. Even if he was raised by a single mother, are very family orientated, right? Because in Jamaica and elsewhere in the Caribbean, most of us don't have a lot or come from a privileged background. All we have is family, right? In Jamaica, children can live with their families up until in their 30s, whether they're sons or daughters, right? Because I remember growing up, I used to see my uncles and aunties still living at home at my grandparents' house, right? Even up to their late 30s, they were still living at their grandparents' house. But it's a different culture to Britain and America and Canada than to in Jamaica and the Caribbean, right? When it comes to family will stay together for a very long time in those predominantly black countries. But as soon as we come to these multicultural societies, everyone is always willing to leave the nest early, whether to go to uni or, they just want to branch out because, they live in a multicultural society where there's more economical opportunity. So we just feel the need to just leave home quicker, as opposed to the Caribbean, where we just want to stay there until we want to stay with our parents till we're old and grey. But it's a different thing when you live in a multicultural society. You have to go out there and leave the nest a lot quicker, right? But even if we're in these countries, we're still checking in our family members, whether call, WhatsApp, text, or just, pop around for a visit. Yeah, Jamaican men are very family orientated. And for those who say that Jamaican men don't take care of their kids, it's a lie. There are some exceptions, but for the majority of Jamaican men, even if they're not with the child's mother, we do love and appreciate and want to spend time with our children, right? Jamaican men love kids, right? And want to be a part of our kids' lives. So for those who say, oh, Jamaican men don't look after their kids, it's a lie. Jamaican men do look after their kids and love children. There are a few exceptions, but there's exception in every nationality. Alright, let's carry on with the video.
Ever experienced Jamaican men who love to be around the people that they're around? Like, if they're home and they're vibing and they're chilling, okay, that's one thing. But if they want their girlfriend there, they're going to have their girlfriend there. If they want their cousins over for some beers, to watch a soccer game, football game, because they love football. They will do that. What else? Cousins, mom. I've not met a Jamaican man who doesn't love their mom or even their dad. It just tends to be hit and miss with whether or not they have a good relationship with either mom or either dad. But most of the time, they're pretty decent with both parents and siblings and such. So if you meet a Jamaican man, it's most likely that they love family time, love to be around family. And so I'm guessing that if you date one, they might enjoy being around your family as well. I usually have found that Jamaican men tend to be like, you know, they'll see my mom, they'll be like, Mom, like they're already a part of the family. Boy, stop.
Boy, if you don't.
One other thing I feel like I have to mention is that Jamaican men tend to be overly sexual. Okay? And when I say that, I mean like all the conversations lead to that, or that they somehow bring it up in some kind of way. The way they will dance with you sometimes. Been to a couple parties and the way they dance is, you know. If you know, you know. But yeah, they are very, very.
But that's what you get when you date a Jamaican man. I mean, we have carnival, and when you go to the carnival, what are people doing? You know, grinding on each other. Yeah. Carnival is a very sexually driven atmosphere. The only thing is, let me tell you, carnival is like a giant, you know, group session. I'm not sure if we're allowed to say the O word, you know, ORGY word on YouTube, but yeah, carnival is a great big ORGY. Yeah, people, you know, grinding on each other. So yeah, when you get with a Jamaican man and you dance with him at a party or wherever, yeah, it's gonna be sexual. You know, because of the music and where we come from, and yeah, we just want to spit a bit of spice in your ear to, you know, get you going, you know, to give you an idea of what we as a Jamaican man is like, right? I mean, 9 times out of 10, if you sit on a phone, ladies, with a Jamaican man, yeah, the topic of sex will come up, right? Because we want to gauge whether or not you like us. Now, if you don't like us, then, you know, you're going to be like, you know, you're going to shame us for bringing up sex too soon. But if you do like us, yeah, you know, you'll entertain it. But yeah, like, Jamaican men will just put a little bait out there and see if you know, get hooked. If you don't get hooked, then most of the time he'll still keep it going in hopes that, yeah, you'll take the bait. If you know, me personally, if I'm talking about sex the first time and a woman is like, nah, you know, she's not into that, nah, conversation done, no point carrying it on. But yeah, with some Jamaican men, they'll keep pushing the envelope until they get it. But me, nah, I ain't got time. You know, if I'm putting a bait out there and you're not taking a bait, I'll assume you don't like me or you're not attracted to me. Yeah, but that's what you get when you date a Jamaican man, ladies. Let's carry on with the video.
Actual beings. Like, I would not say that you're gonna get with Jamaican and something ain't gonna happen. Something is bound to happen, girl. Or a boy, it doesn't matter who's, whatever, you know, is happening. But you know what I mean? Like, I think that most of the time, and I feel like this is with most Caribbean men too, but it's just very, very sexual beings. Very much so. Yeah. It's very rare to meet like a Jamaican virgin. Unless they're like super young. But if they're grown, 20s, I find it rare, you know? Possible. I don't know. It just depends on who the person is, really. Because sometimes I've met Jamaicans who are like, you know, on that. And I've met Jamaicans who are just, they don't get no play. They're just not those type of people. So it really just depends. But most of the time I find that they are very sexual beings. So prepare yourself. Okay, this is something that like I feel like is a lot of men these days. But Jamaican men, they always seem to be super homophobic. Like, they don't want to hear nothing about no gay man. They don't want to see no gay man dancing. They don't want to see, you know, like, they're just, like, I remember speaking to a Jamaican man and him saying that if his brother was gay, that he would not, like, talk to his brother would, like, be beat up or something. And I'm like, that's your brother. Like, why would you want, I don't know.
Now, if anyone comes from a predominantly black country, right, the rainbow community or their lifestyle is not celebrated. It's not something black people celebrate, right? Even since before slavery, pre-colonial Africa is not something that black people ever celebrated. I mean, yeah, there's a few of us who do practice it. I mean, I don't practice that, but there's a few black people who do practice it. But if you go to predominantly black countries in the Caribbean or Africa, you know, that lifestyle is not celebrated. It's only when we go to these multicultural society, USA, Britain and Canada, where it's tolerated. And, you know, back home, you know, it's not something we tolerate because it's just not in our culture, right? And when, you know, you grew up in a certain type of culture where certain things are not celebrated, and then you leave your home country to go to a multi-society with different cultures, then yeah, you do have to tolerate, you know, those type of lifestyles, right? Me personally, each to his own. But, you know, if you're a person, whether you're a Jamaican man or from sub-Saharan Africa, if you grew up in a certain society where certain things are not tolerated, then, you know, you're not going to agree with it because that's how you was raised. You know, I would say, sis here, you know, because you was born and raised in a multicultural society where everything and anything is practiced, then yeah, of course you'll be more tolerable to that lifestyle. You'll accept that lifestyle because you grew up in that society. You was born in that society, you grew up in that society. But for a Jamaican man, you know, who wasn't raised in that type of society where that lifestyle is openly celebrated, no, he's not gonna celebrate it because, you know, where he comes from, it's not celebrated openly, right? It's not something the black community celebrates, period, openly. So, you know, it just all depends where you're from, really. But from my observation, you know, predominantly black countries don't celebrate, you know, the rainbow lifestyle. You know, it's not something we've ever celebrated. But yeah, each to his own, people. But some people, depending on where you come from, certain things are just not celebrated or tolerated. Alright, let's carry on with the video.
I feel like every Jamaican man I've met has been some type of homophobic, and I'm not with it. I think that, like, you love who you love. You know, I'm not gonna say that I like women, because I don't. I like men. But if my sister's gay or my brother is gay, I don't care. Love who you love, and I will love whoever you love because you love them. So that's just my take on it. But I do not come for me. I'm not saying it's every Jamaican person, but I find that most of the time they are a little bit homophobic. Okay, so my last thing that I noticed about Dating Jamaican Men 101, not 101, Dating Jamaican Men in general, it is hard to stay away. Yeah, like, they have like these addicting personalities. Like, you meet them, hang out with them, date them, and for some reason it's like you just find yourself to be infatuated of some sort. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but they have very addicting personalities. It's hard to stay away from such a type of a man, especially when they share these traits, except for like the bad ones. But yeah, all in all, I would say Dating Jamaican Men is usually pretty good. Like, I haven't had a really bad experience, maybe like once, and that's just because he was doing the number one thing, which is being unfaithful. But besides that, they tend to be really good guys. And so if you are dating Jamaican man, kudos to you. I don't think that you have anything to really worry about. So guys, I hope you...
Now, we've come to the end of the video. Like she said, you know, with dating a Jamaican man, yeah, it's very impactful, right? You know, if you're a non-Jamaican woman and you've dated a Jamaican man, trust me, that Jamaican man will impact your life one way or another. You know, even if you moved on 10 years from now, you know, that impact is still there, whether you want to admit it or not. Yeah? Jamaican men, we're very addictive, right? Women just can't get enough of us. I'll tell you something, yeah? If the world was supposed to be depopulated, right? And Jamaican men were the only men left on the planet to repopulate the planet with different women, different nationalities and races of women, trust me, Jamaican men would be the ones to repopulate the world. If every other man was wiped off the face of the planet and it was only left down to Jamaican men to repopulate the earth, you know, if the women outnumber us and we had to impregnate all of them women who is more than us, yeah? Like, you have 1 million Jamaican man plus 10 million different other women, right? Guarantee you, the world will be repopulated, you know, with just 1 million Jamaican men to 10 million different other women. Yeah. Jamaican men would be the ones to repopulate the entire planet. I tell you. Because that's how addictive we are. But anyway, people, this is Zion Opinion TV. Back at you with another BBC reaction video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Alright. Peace.